For years, I thought introvert could never speak English confidently because every time I tried, my brain got stuck. I knew the word, I understood the grammar, but when I tried to speak, something strange happened. Have you ever felt the same like you try to speak English, but your mind feels faster than you thought? You know the word, but somehow they get stuck halfway, like your thoughts are trapped in your own head. It's like not because I didn't know English, but because I was afraid of being judged, afraid of sounding awkward, afraid that every mistake made me look stupid. If you ever felt the same, yes, that used to be me. Until I discovered something surprising, how our brain actually learn. My journey started from the quiet way, yes. The quiet beginning as an introvert. As an introvert, I thought so many times that I could never speak English confidently. Every time I opened up my mouth, my thought got stuck halfway. But then I realized I didn't have to speak for others first. I could start by speaking to myself. And then I started small. I whispering in my place, in my room, in my backyard here, recording myself on my phone, reading script I wrote, exaggerating the word, something laughing at how awkward it sounded. Psychology supports this. Our brain needs a safe, low-pressure environment. So the many lessons, no danger, fear fades, and learnings become possible. It wasn't about being perfect, it was about curiosity, a safe space where my voice could grow quietly. But something interesting started to happen. The more I realized that speaking wasn't the first step. Before your mouth learn a language, your ear have to learn it first. Training the ear before your mouth. Then I discovered something critical. Language is heard before it's spoken, right? Think about babies. They listen for months before saying a single word. They learn rhythm, tone, emotion, and pattern before writing or reading. So I followed the same principle. I listened to another speaker, podcasts, YouTube videos, IELTS samples, and repeated short phrases a lot. Not full paragraph, just small fragments. Like, I think that's interesting. I didn't expect that. You know what I mean? This trains your ears and memory, which makes speaking more automatic. This aligns with Paul Pimslow's research. The ear must lead the eye. It came from that old 1980 book by Paul Pimsleur. The one I said, I feel like finding a secret code of learning a new language, meaning that don't start with reading, don't start with writing, but start with listening. Let your brain absorb the music of the language first. The idea completely changed how I learned English. But listening alone wasn't enough. I needed the way to turn those voices into my own voice. Yes, writing and speaking together. That's when I started combining writing and speaking together. I also wrote short script every day. It's like my diary, reflection, or practice dialogue. Then I read them out loud to my camera, exaggerating expression. And this called dual coding in psychology. Writing and speaking strengthens memory and fluency. Using AI tools like ChatGPT, Pingo AI, or IELTS simulators help me practice pronunciation and structure. But the real magic is doing it repeatedly, creating natural habit of English expression. But there was still one big problem. Every time I spoke, I kept worrying about grammar. It's like grammar anxiety, overthinking how to use this, use that, and you just overthinking and never use in real life. And the fear almost stopped my progress. I used to get stuck overthinking grammar, all 16 states, all the rules. Then I realized native speakers don't speak like a textbook. They don't speak like a robot. They use phrasal collocation and connected speech. Gonna, wanna. So I stopped chasing perfect grammar and I focused on practical grammar that I know instead of if I had known. I am supposed to instead of I should have. I learned the secret isn't about memorizing more grammar rules. It's about training yourself to sound real. But I still wanted my speech to flow faster and smoother. That's when I discovered a powerful technique used by language learners, shadowing and rhythm training. Once I had phases and script, I started shadowing native speaker. I pause videos, repeat exactly what they said, copying rhythm, tone, and intonation. Science show that mirroring improves pronunciation, listening, and speaking speed because your brain activates the same neural pathway used in natural speech. And shadowing made English flow from my brain to my mouth naturally and smoothly automatically without translating word by word. After a week of practicing like this, something surprising happened. My voice started to feel comfortable in English. I could record full sentences without fear. I could experiment with new words and expression. Psychology calls this the safe practice loop. Your brain builds confidence when errors happen privately, then gradually transfer to real conversation. Please remember this. Mistakes weren't failure. They were signal my brain was learning. And yes, I embraced them instead of fearing them. And once that fear disappeared in private practice, and I felt ready to do something bigger. From private to public, but introvert version. At some point, I didn't suddenly join speaking group, so I started small. I started posting online, little thoughts, short video, white caption, because I had practiced alone for so long. My fear wasn't that loud anymore. The rhythm was already there. I wasn't translating word by word in my head. So when people listened, I felt safer than I expected. Then let your voice meet the word. Introvert could sound fluent too. We just built it quietly first. I stopped studying English and I started living with it. I got curious. I reacted and I felt things. And somehow English stayed. You didn't need to be brave all at once. Start small and start safely.